Hello everyone, welcome back to ArivuPro Academy's YouTube channel. Yes, today we are going to discuss, as told yesterday, today we are going to discuss what chapter number 16, that is theoretical distribution, and it is a very easy chapter, and I know that it is one of the chapter many people are skipping because they think that it is very complicated. And if you look into this chapter, it is one of the most the pattern of question is always repeated. If you know a few concepts itself, or if you do the previous year question itself, you will be able to answer minimum 50% of the question from this chapter. That is the pattern of question from this chapter. It's very easy. Good evening, Sanjana, Sanjay, Mahalakshmi, Shagu, Nitya, Vijay, Darun, Lochan, everyone. Good evening. Welcome back. I hope that the sessions are doing good. You guys are practicing on your own. That is more important. Practicing on your own is always important. If you are not able to practice on yourself, then there is no point in just watching the videos. After watching the video, you should practice on your own, because inside the exam hall, no one is going to guide you. Okay, so there you are on their own. So you're on. So you should practice on yourself. David, Baby Shasha, yes. Trisha, everyone, good evening. Padma, everyone, good evening. Can we start off? Yes, we are going to start with our chapter 16, theoretical distribution, January 2021 question. It's a very easy question. A coin with a probability for head as 1.1 by 5 is tossed 100 times. Okay, the standard deviation of the number of heads turned up is how much is the question? Very easy to solve this now. So it is a question based on what? Binomial distribution. What is the formula for standard deviation? We know that variance is NPQ. So standard deviation will be what? Root of NPQ. Here, N is how much? N is 100 times. Then P is how much? Probability of success in a single trial is how much? 1 by 5. Then you tell me what is the probability of failure, which is 1 minus 1 by 5, which is equal to how much? 4 by 5. Do you have the value of N? Yes, N is how much? 100. So people, what is the formula? Just substitute everything over there. That is nothing but SD is root of 100 into 1 by 5 into 4 by 5. I hope that everyone got the answer. That is how much? The root of 16, which is equal to 4. Good evening, Anjali, then Mithun, Padma, Niti, Anthony, then everyone. Good. Next question, people. Which option the answer? Answer is option C. Next question. If x is a Poisson variable and p of x is equal to 1 and which is equal to how much? P of x is equal to 2. Very easy. Then p of x is equal to 4 is how much is the question? People, it is a question based on Poisson distribution. So how are you going to solve it? P of x is equal to 1. Generally, function is defined as what the probability density function is? E raised to minus m raised to x divided by what? X factorial. So p of x is equal to 1. How will you write it down? E raised to minus m into m raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial, that is nothing but 1, which is equal to e raised to minus m. Then x is equal to 2 here, that means m square divided by 2 factorial, which is 2. Cancel. That means m and one of the m got cancelled. What is remaining? M is equal to 2. We got the value of m. Now we need to find the value of p of x is equal to 4. Instead of x, we are going to put what? 4. That means e raised to minus m. Instead of m, what are we putting? That 2. Minus 2 into m raised to x. M is 2. X is how much? 4 divided by 4 factorial. People, get me the answer. E raised to minus 2 into 2 raised to 4 is how much? 2 raised to 4 is 16 divided by 4 factorial is how much? 24. Cancel things. Then you will get e raised to minus 2. If you are cancelling with 4, you are getting it as 4. You can cancel with 8 itself. That means 2 by 3. So answer is e raised to minus 2 into 2 by 3. Option A is your answer. Good people. I hope that everyone got the answer. Coming to the next question, people. Yes, good. Next one. Which of the following is a uniparametric distribution? Which is a uniparametric distribution? The Poisson is a uniparametric. Normal and binomial are biparametric distribution. Very important. It is a repeated question. Now, for a normal distribution, the value of third moment about mean. People, What is the third moment of about mean? Third moment is nothing but skewness. Skewness means what? The asymmetry, not symmetrical. That is a measure of what? Asymmetry. Now people, we know that normal distribution is what? It is symmetric throughout. If you draw the graph itself, you are getting the answer, right? So you tell me, is there any asymmetry in normal distribution? There is no asymmetry. So option A, 0 is your answer. I hope that you understood. Next one, July 2021 people. We are going to the next attempt itself. How easy was it during that time for that attempt? A biased coin, very important, a biased coin is tossed, okay? Is tossed such that the probability of getting a head is thrice the probability of getting a tail. That means, if you ask me, can I write? Probability of success is nothing but 3 times probability of not getting a head means probability of failure, because the question is what is the probability of getting a head is the question. Now what is given? If a coin is tossed how many times? 4 times. What is the probability of getting a head all the time is the question. People, we know that P, probability of success, plus probability of failure is equal to how much? 1. Instead of P, can I put 3Q? Yes. 3Q plus Q is equal to 1. So 4Q is equal to 1. From that, Q is equal to how much? 1 by 4. We got the value of Q, which is equal to 1 by 4. If you know the value of Q, how will you find P? P is nothing but 1 minus Q. That is 1 minus 1 by 4, which is 3 by 4. So P is 3 by 4. Q is 1 by 4. Now the question is what? If a coin is tossed 4 times, what is the probability of getting head all the times is the question. The very easy. P of X is equal to 4, and all the time we are tossing it also. That means N is also equal to what? 4, which is nothing but NCX. We know the general formula. What is the general formula? NCX, P raised to X, Q raised to N minus X. Instead of N, what are you going to put? 4. 4 C4 into P value is how much? P is 3 by 4. 3 by 4. The whole power how much? The whole power X value is 4. Then Q raised to N minus X, that will be 0. You can ignore it. So 4C4 is how much? That is nothing but 1. So 1 into 3 by 4 raised to 3 raised to 4 divided by 4 raised to 4. 3 raised to 4 is how much? 81 divided by 4 raised to 4 is how much? Take your calculator. You will get it as 256. Looking at that, option C is your answer. 81 by 256. Hi Sonu. Good evening. Hi everyone. Hi. Yes, please do like, share, subscribe. Hey, yes. Fine. In a normal distribution, mean, median and mode are what? We know that in a normal distribution, mean, median and mode are what? Equal. People, in the middle, everything will be mean is equal to what? Median is equal to what? Mode. Okay, remember that. Very important, because in the future, they will ask us to find what? Mode. Hi Nitya, hi Nisha, everyone, good evening. Yes, if X is a Poisson variate such that, okay, P of, another repeated pattern of question, P of X is equal to 1 is 0.7, P of X is equal to 2 is 0.3, P of X is equal to 0 is the question. Very easy to find. People, P of X is equal to 1 means what? P of X is equal to 1 is equal to 0.7 means, how will you write it? Poisson variate. E raised to minus m raised to 1 divided by what? Divided by 1 factorial, that is nothing but 1 itself, which is equal to 0.7. Let it be equation 1. Then equation 2 is what? P of X is equal to 0. Sorry, X is equal to 2. E raised to minus m square divided by 2, which is equal to 0.3. If I take this 2 to the other side, it will become what? 2 into 0.3 is how much? 0.6. Did you understand? I just cross multiplied for the saving time part. That's all. So I have equation 1, I have equation 2. So how will you write it? Equation 2 divided by equation 1. That means e raised to minus m. I am writing the steps for your understanding part. Divided by e raised to minus m raised to m raised to 1, which is equal to 0.6 divided by 0.7. From that, e raised to minus m cancel. One of the m and another m got cancelled. Then what is remaining? Which is equal to m is equal to what? 0.6 by 0.7. Can I write it as 6 divided by 7? So m value I got That is 6 by 7. Looking at that, we need to find P of X is equal to 0. Very easy, very easy. E raised to minus m raised to 0 divided by 0 factorial. That is nothing but e raised to minus m. Instead of m, we are going to put 6 by 7. So option A is your answer. Got the point. Option A, minus m. E raised to minus m is the case. Okay, Shagu, got it? Yes, Neha, right answer. Previous one? Right answer. Perfect. Now, so can you give some motivation, please, especially for law, please. The one thing about law is try to watch the marathon which sites are uploaded. Everything is there in crisp. And one thing, they will only ask from the study material. So you have your material in front of you. If you study the entire thing, you can answer any question they are asking. So it is very easy to pass law if you are writing it well. Whenever you study, you start writing. When did the class begin? Almost 10 minutes, Alina. Okay, it's all about writing. Okay, I'll ask someone to guide you guys with respect to that. Okay, with respect to law, I'll make some arrangement for that. I'll ask the team to do something. Okay, yes. If X is a binomial variate with P is equal to 1 by 3, then for the experiment of 90 trials, the standard deviation is equal to how much? People, probability of success is given as 1 by 3. That means probability of failure is how much? Now 1 minus failure is 1 minus P, that is how much? 1 minus 1 by 3, which is 2 by 3. So everyone got that? Yes. Now, how much is the n value? N is equal to 90. We need to find standard deviation. What is the formula for standard deviation? The root of NPQ, which is equal to root of 90 into 1 by P value is 1 by 3, Q value is 2 by 3. Now, people looking at that, you can cancel things. Take your calculator, which will be equal to root 20. Root 20 is nothing but what? 2 root 5. Option C is the answer. If you don't know how to factorize, as I told previously, if you don't know how to factorize, what you will do? Take the calculator, find the value and check which option is matching with your answer. That is the easiest method. Now coming to a question based on normal distribution. People are taking normal distribution is very complicated. I'm telling you, normal distribution is one of the easiest. If you are finding it difficult, please watch our video, whichever we have uploaded. Everything I have given in a very simple manner from your exam point of view. That will help you out. Please do check that out. For a certain type of mobiles, the length of time between charges of battery is normally distributed with a mean of 50 hours and standard deviation of 15 hours. Okay, mean value is given. Mu is how much? 50. Standard deviation sigma is equal to how much? 15. This question we have solved in marathon. A person owns one of these mobiles and wants to know the probability that the length of the time will be between 50 and 70 is the question. People, usually when we are getting a question based on that, we are going to do what? We are going to standardize it. How are we going to standardize they are telling X value is in between what and what? 50 and 70. I am going to standardize it. How does a standard normal distribution looks like? It will be like 50 minus mu. Mu value is how much? I'll write mu divided by sigma. Less than X will become what? Standard normal variable, which is Z. Then 70 minus mu divided by sigma, which is equal to, instead of mu, you are going to put 50. Instead of sigma, we are going to put what? 15. So P into 50 minus 50 is how much? 0. 0 by any number is 0. So 0 less than, Z less than 70 minus 50, that is 20. Take your calculator. 20 divided by 15 is 1.333. Correct? Yes. So people, the area is in between 0 and 1.33. How will you write down? That is nothing but phi of, or area up to 1.333 minus area up to 0. People, area up to 1.333 is given in the question. That is nothing but 0.9082 minus area up to 0 is how much? 0.5. From that, how much is the answer? 0.4082. Option C is your answer. Very easy. Yes, okay. Answer is low. Okay. Yes. Now, December 2021. We are going to the next attempt, people. One of the easiest attempt and one of the easiest chapter. People are not studying. That's the problem here. The average number of this also we solved in class. The average number of our advertisement per page appearing in a newspaper is 3. Average is 3. That means M is equal to what? 3. The probability that in a particular page number of advertisements are there is the question. People looking at the option, we can say that it is a question based on Poisson, or a question based on or error in newspaper, or advertisement in newspaper. Everything will come under what? It will come under Poisson variable. Okay, Poisson distribution. So P of x is equal to 0. We need to find what is it? E raised to minus m raised to x divided by x factorial. Instead of x here, what is there? 0. Instead of x, what is there? 0. Instead of m, what is there? 3. So what is the answer? E raised to minus 3. Option A is your answer, people. I hope that you understood. Yes. So the type of question taught in marathon, other than that, gonna be asked now, sir. So what I'm trying to tell is, Abu, the question whatever we discussed in marathon is covering the entire concept in a very precise manner. I haven't done many questions over there, so that's why I'm doing this PYQ and all, so that you are getting more questions from this chapter itself. Around 60 questions extra you are getting. So likewise we need to solve. Then you can watch the mock test paper solution, quick revision series, everything together. Or if you want a very long content in a structured manner, you need to buy the course which is available in ArivuPro app. Anyway, you can look at it. Are you getting the logic? Yes. So I can talk more sentences in Kannada. Yes, Kannada Britte. We'll speak more. I'll do some videos also. Yes. So the type of yes. Fine. If for a Poisson distribution random variable x, the probability for x taking value 2 is, that means for Poisson variate, probability of x taking value 2 is equal to, yes, 2, 3 times, how much? 3 times the probability of taking x is equal to what? 4. Okay? So, P of x is equal to 2, how will you write? E raised to minus m square divided by 2 factorial, which is equal to 3 into e raised to minus m raised to 4 divided by what? 4 factorial. We will cancel things off. Cancel. Oh, sorry. Cancel. Then m square and m raised to 4 got cancelled. What will remain? M square will remain. Then what all things are remaining? M square is equal to 4 factorial goes to other side. It is what? 4 factorial is 24 divided by 2 into 3. That means m is 24 by 6, which is equal to m square is 24 by 6. That is 4. From that, m is equal to what? M is equal to root of 4, which is equal to 2. Now the question is variance. We need to find m is variance, right? So answer is what? Option C. Okay. So when will you do one more MTP? Once the ACCA launch the next MTP, I think it's on 29th of December. That day we will solve the next MTP. Okay. Now the next question, another easy question which we have solved in the class. Let x be a normal distribution with mean 2.5 and variance 1. Okay, mean means mu value is 2.5. Then variance means sigma square is 1. That means standard deviation is also what? The root of 1 is what? 1 itself. Then P of x values are in between a and 2.5, which is equal to how much? The 0.4772. And the cumulative normal distribution value at 2 is 0.9772. Find the value of a is the question. People, we are going to standardize it. That is very easy to standardize. P of a minus mu divided by sigma. Instead of mu, you are going to write 2.5 divided by sigma is how much? Sigma is equal to 1 here. That means a minus 2.5 less than x will become what? Standard, that is z less than 2.5 minus 2.5 is how much? That is nothing but 0. So 0 by sigma will become what? 0 itself, which is equal to 0.4772. If you ask me, this is nothing but P of, so that means area up to 0 minus area up to a minus 2.5, which is equal to 0.4772. Now the easiest way, area up to 0 is how much? That is 0.5, which is minus of 5 of a minus 2.5, which is equal to what? Which is equal to 0.4772. Now I'll tell you how this shortcut is going to help you. People, there is something mentioned as value at 2. That means area up to 2 is given as 0.997. People, that means this A should be such a value so that this phi will become either 2 or phi of minus 2. Then only this value we can use it in the question solving part. Now looking at that, if I put 0.5 instead of A, option hitting, if I put 0.5 instead of A, I will get phi of minus 2. If I put some other value, will I get something like that? No, that means option A is your answer. This is how we use option to get the answer. Okay, so in this chapter, many things can be looked at the option and we can do. So where can I get the PDF of? It is already mentioned in the description down. You can watch the recent marathon. It is much more updated. Okay, you can check that also. Whichever you are comfortable with, you check that. So the manufacturer of a certain electronic component is certain that 2% of the product is defective. What is he confirming? He is saying that 2% is defective. He sells the component in a box of 120, guarantees that not more than 2% in any box will be defective. What is the guarantee he is telling? Not more than 2% in any box will be what the defective. Then find the probability that a box selected at random would fail to meet the guarantee. Okay, people. So 2%. Looking at 2%, that means what is 2% of 120? That is nothing but 2.4. That means on an average, how much is there? 2.4 is the M value. So people, without even doing it, I can just say that M value is 2.4 because e raised to minus m will be usually given in the question. That means this is what? M value. I can always directly write it. M is equal to how much? 2.4. Find the probability that, rest of it I'll just show you. Now it should, fail the guarantee is the condition. How it will fail a guarantee? So guarantee failing means it should be, X value should be greater than or equal to 2.4. Correct? Why X greater than or equal to 2.4? Because the guarantee is not more than 2%. That means failing means it will be more than or equal to 2%. That is X value is greater than or equal to 2.4. 2% of 120 is what? 2.4. So when it is greater than or equal to 2.4, I can write it as 1 minus P of X less than 2.4. People, 1 minus what all possible values I can write here? P of, can I write X is equal to 2.4? I can't write X is equal to 2.4. Why? Because X values are integers. Okay, so X is equal to how much? What all values? 2 is there, then plus P of X is equal to 1 is there, plus P of X is equal to what is there? 0 is there. So just substitute the values according to our Poisson distribution. You will get the answer. What is it? 1 minus e raised to minus m. Minus m is how much down? Minus 2.4 into m raised to 2 divided by m is how much? 2.4 square divided by 2 factorial plus P is equal, X is equal to 1, that is e raised to minus 2.4 into 2.4 raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial plus e raised to minus 2.4 into m raised to 0 is how much? 1 divided by 0 factorial is how much? 1. Now if you look into it, I can take e raised to minus m common, that is 1 minus e raised to minus 2.4 into what is remaining? 2.4 square is remaining. So people, I'll write 2.4 square divided by 2 plus 2.4 divided by 1 plus 1. So these are the remaining values. So just use calculator and get me the answer. First find 2.4 the whole square. 2.4 into equal to, clear the memory first, 2.4 into equal to, then click what? M plus. Then, sorry, one more thing, the 2.4 into equal to, then divide by 2, then click M plus, then type plus 2.4 plus 1, then the entire thing should be multiplied with e raised to minus 2.4, that is nothing but point multiplied with what? The point 0907, then click equal to, then change the sign, plus 1. How much are you getting? You are getting it as 0.43 something. You are getting option D is the answer. I don't know how to efforts are. Definitely I'll pass the exam. Yes, Tommy, you can do it. Okay, pass the exam. As I say, if they can pass, you can also pass, right? Yes, push yourself. You will be able to clear the exam at ease. Okay. Now, a renowned hospital usually admits 200 patients every day. Okay. Then 1% patient on an average requires special room facility. 1% on average. That means M value is how much? The 200 into 1%, which is equal to how much? The 2. 2 is the average. Then on one particular morning, it was found that only one special room is available. Only special room is available. Okay. What is the probability that more than 3 patients would require the special room facility? People more than 3, I can write it as what? P of x greater than 3 can be written as 1 minus P of x less than or equal to 3, which is equal to 1 minus of P of x is equal to 3 plus P of x is equal to 2 plus P of x is equal to 1 plus P of x is equal to 0. Just substitute. Since the value is very high, we are going for what? The Poisson distribution. So here 1 minus P of x is equal to 0, x is equal to 3. How will you write it? E raised to minus m, e raised to minus m into m raised to how much? 3 divided by 3 factorial plus e raised to minus m into m raised to 2 divided by 2 factorial plus e raised to minus m into m raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial plus e raised to minus m into m raised to 0. I will write that divided by 0 factorial. Now I am going to change the values here. M is how much? Da? M is 2. M is 2. 3 factorial is how much? 6. M is how much? 2. M is how much? 2. 2 factorial is how much? 2 itself. M is how much? 2. M is how much? 2. Then M is how much? 2. So e raised to minus 2 is common everywhere. I am taking it outside. 1 minus e raised to minus 2 into 2 cube divided by 6 people. That is 8 by 6 plus 2 square divided by 2. That is about 2 into 2 by 2 is how much? 2 itself. Then plus 2 by 1 is 2 itself plus m raised to 0 is how much? That is 1 itself. So this is there in the bracket. Take your calculator, people, and do this. And one more question I want to ask you. What is the value of E? E can be taken as 2.72. We are studying it in chapter 1 itself, correct? Which is equal to 1 minus of 1 divided by 2.72 square into 8 by 6 plus accordingly you can write it. So how am I going to use the calculator is I'll just rearrange it and write it 1 divided by 2.72 square. Use just calculator, don't even write anything. How are you going to use calculator now? So take first whatever value is there inside the box, you need to take, clear the memory. If required, we can use it 8 divided by 6. So that is how much? 1.333 something you are getting, plus 2, then plus 2, then plus 1. You are getting 6.333 something inside the bracket, multiplied by 1 by 2.72 square, right? That means you need to divide with 2.72, again divide with 2.72, then change the sign, plus 1. How much are you getting? The 1.439 something you are getting. So the nearest answer is 1.428. Option A is the answer. 439 something you are getting. Okay. Yes. How are you? All good? How are you, Darren? All good? Yes. I'm all good. Yes. Well, I'm good. Happy Christmas, everyone, in advance. Okay. Yes. June 2022. Good. Mean of a binomial distribution is what? Mean is what? NP. Variance is what? NPQ. We know that mean is always greater than variance. Looking at that, always more than variance is the answer. Next one. Binomial distribution having mean as 3 and standard deviation 1.5 has number of trials equal to how much? We need to find the value of n is the question. People, NP is how much as per the question, which is equal to how much? Which is equal to 3. Then standard deviation means root of NPQ is equal to how much? 1 by 1.5. That means NPQ is equal to how much? 1.5 square. 1.5 square is how much? 1.5 into equal to, that is nothing but 2.25. From that, you can substitute this NP value over here instead of this. That means 3 into Q is equal to 2.25. From that, Q is equal to how much? Q is nothing but 2.25 divided by 3. That is 2.25 divided by 3, which is 0.75. So you can write it over there, which is equal to 0.75. So Q is equal to 0.75 means P is equal to how much? 1 minus 0.75. That is nothing but 0.25. 0.25. So how will you find the value of n? N into, take this, n into 0.25 is equal to 3. So n is equal to 3 divided by 0.25. Take your calculator. 3 divided by 0.25, which is equal to 12. Option D is your answer. I hope that you guys are getting it. Are you guys there? Please say hi. Yes. Next one. The standard deviation of a Poisson variate X is how much now? 1.732. Then P of very good question. I'll tell you how this question is very conceptually, it's very good. I'll tell you how it is conceptually very good. So the standard deviation of Poisson variate X is 1.732. Then P of, that means probability of X values in between what are minus 2.9 and 3.59. We know that in Poisson distribution, X values will be what? Can it be negative? Can it be negative? It can't be negative. It is only possible from, X values are only possible from 0 onwards. X is equal to 1, 2, etc, etc. Yes, it is a very good point. So you can write this is equal to what? P of 0 plus P of 1 plus P of 2 plus P of 3. Do you write P of 3.54? No, decimal values are not there. Correct? Yes. So now we will just substitute the equation we know. What is the equation? The e raised to minus m, m raised to x divided by x factorial. I am taking e raised to minus m common from all the thing. E raised to minus m I took common. So P of 0 will become what? M raised to 0 divided by what? Divided by 0 factorial plus P of 1 will become what? M raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial plus m raised to 2 divided by 2 factorial, which is 2. M raised to 3 divided by 3 factorial, which is equal to how much? The 3 factorial, which is equal to nothing but 6. Everything is there. Now we need to know the m value. Standard deviation is 1.732. People, standard deviation is 1.732 means root m is equal to 1.732. So m is equal to how much? Square it. 1.732 into equal to, that is 2.99999. That means m is equal to approximately 3. Yes. Now substitute e raised to minus 3 into 3 raised to 0. That is nothing but 1 plus 3 raised to 1 is how much? 3 itself plus 3 square by 2. 3 square by 2 is 3 into equal to divided by 2, which is equal to 4.5 plus 3 cube is nothing but what? 27 divided by 6, which is 4.5 itself again. Yes, 4.5. Now take your calculator and add everything. 4.5 plus 4.5 is 9. 9 plus 3 is how much? 12. 12 plus 1 is how much? 13. So 13 e raised to minus 3 is your answer. Option E is your answer. I hope that you got it. Yes. So can we expect these questions from this series? Yes, you should tell me, can you expect? Because the same type of question whichever I am solving is getting repeated in another attempts. That means you can expect a lot of questions from this series, whatever we are doing now. The variance of a normal distribution is given to be 16. That means sigma square is equal to how much, which is given to be 16. Okay, that means sigma is equal to how much, root 16, which is equal to 4. That means standard deviation is how much? 4. Correct? Then mean deviation is the question. I told you one shortcut to remember or find the answer for this. 2SD is equal to 2.5. MD is equal to how many QTs are there? 4 QTs are there. So we don't need QTs here. So we will only write the given thing. So we need to find what? Mean deviation. 2 into SD value is already there. 4, which is equal to 2.5. MD. So people, 8 divided by 2.5 is how much? 8 divided by 2.5, which is equal to 3.2. Option A is your answer. MD is equal to 8 by 2.5, which is equal to 3.2. So sorry for interrupting, but I am little difficult in LR part. It's a number series and odd man out. So Tanuja, we will do one thing. So once this statistics is done, we will be directly going for LR. Okay, that time I'll show you multiple type of question. You will understand the pattern of solving question. It will help you out a lot. Okay. Now, for a normal distribution, the first and third quartile are 37 and 49 respectively. Then the mode of the distribution is how much? Very good question. People, we know one thing, that mean is equal to mode in what? In normal distribution. We have the quartile values Q1 and Q2, Q3 are there, correct? So how will you find median? If you find median, then itself you are getting the mode value. That means how to find median. The median is nothing but Q1 plus Q3 divided by 2, which is equal to how much now? 49 plus 37, 49 plus 37 divided by 2, which is equal to 43. Option D is the answer. Maths also, yes, we'll be solving one by one. One after the other, we'll be solving that. Don't worry, we'll solve everything before the exam. Next one, December 2022. Yes, so till here everything is fine now. Next one, skewness. People, skewness means what? Asymmetry, right? Not symmetrical. I'll use layman language. Not symmetry, correct? Not symmetry. That means skewness of normal distribution. People, we know that normal distribution is symmetric throughout. So skewness will be what? 0. Okay, or the third moment. Or they can ask question like this. Third moment of normal distribution is what? Normal distribution is 0. Yes. Next one. In a Poisson distribution such that repetition, repeated, third time it is repeating in this series itself, in today itself. Yes. If a Poisson distribution P of x is equal to 2, which is equal to P of x is equal to 3. Poisson distribution P of x is equal to 2 means e raised to minus m raised to 2 divided by 2 factorial is equal to what now? E raised to minus m, where is it going? E raised to minus m raised to 3 divided by 3 factorial, which is 6. 2 factorial is how much? 2. M square and m cube got cancelled. What is remaining now? M is remaining now. E raised to minus m goes away. What is remaining now? He'll write 1 is remaining. So 2 and 3, 6 got cancelled. What is remaining? 3 is remaining. So m is equal to how much now? 3. Variance is how much then? 3. Option B is your answer. What's your name? My name is Nithin. Okay. Yes. See the Batman? Yes. Standard deviation of a binomial distribution is how much? We know that variance is NPQ. Standard deviation is what? Root of NPQ. Option B is the answer. Now, the next question. Now, look here. Speed of a number of bikes follows a normal distribution model with a mean of 83 km per hour and a standard deviation of 9.4 km per hour. Find the probability that a bike picked at random is traveling at more than 95 km per hour is the question, people. More than 95 per kilometer per hour is the question. That means P of, it's a very good question, but the question is wrongly given. Yes, in the exam it was wrongly given. I'll tell you why, but I'll tell you how to answer also. Yes. Now, P of x greater than 95. So, P of x greater than 95, people, it is a normal distribution. I'm going to standardize it. That means P of z greater than 95 minus mu. Mu is how much? That means mean is how much? 83 divided by, what else is there? Divided by sigma. Standard deviation is how much? 9.4. People take the calculator. 95 minus 83 divided by 9.4, which is equal to 1.27. Correct? So P of z is greater than 1.276 is the thing. 1.276. So according to the question, it is already given phi value up to area up to 1.27 is 0.89. Area or phi up to 1.27 is given in the question, that is 0.89. Correct? 0.89 is the area given up to that. So you tell me the area up to this much is 1.89. More than that will be what? 1 minus 0.89, which will be equal to 0.11. Looking at that, the nearest answer is option A. Nearest answer you should go. Okay, got it? Yes. Okay, fine. Next one, June 2023. If a Poisson distribution is such that P of x is equal to 2 is equal to, again repeated, again same pattern is repeated. I am telling you again and again. P of x is equal to 2 is equal to 1 by 3 into P of x is equal to 3. We need to find the value of standard deviation, that is nothing but root m we need to find. So Poisson distribution, this one can be written as e raised to minus m. M raised to x will become m raised to 2 divided by 2 factorial, that is nothing but 2, which is equal to 1 by 3 into e raised to minus m into m raised to 3 divided by 3 factorial, which is nothing but 6. E raised to minus m cancel. m square, m cube cancel. What is remaining? The m is remaining. 2 and 6 got cancelled. What is remaining? The 3 is remaining. So 3 into 3 is how much? So 1 is equal to m divided by 9. So m is equal to how much? The cross multiply, which is equal to 9. So from that, m is 9, but is that the question for m? No, root m. So root m is equal to kitna? S to the, which is equal to root of 9, which is equal to 3. Option B is your answer. I hope that you got it, people. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸಮಜಾಯ? ಅರ್ಥಮಾಯ್ತಾ? ಮನಸ್ಸಿಲಾಯೋ? ಪುರಿಂಜಿದಾ? Yeah. Yes. Next one da. This also we have solved in the class. So most of the question whatever we are doing now are solved in the class also. The incidence of skin disease in a chemical plant occurs in such a way that the workers have 20% chance of suffering from it. Workers have what chance? The 20% chance is there. They are suffering from it. Now you should tell me how to answer this question. So 20% chance of suffering from it means what? The p value is how much? P is equal to 0.2. Q value is how much? The 0.8. Chances of suffering is, success is 0.2 and failure is what? 0.8. Everything is there. Then the question is, what is the probability that out of 6 workers, 4 or more, that means p of x greater than or equal to 4 is the question. Okay, will have skin disease is the question. So p of x is greater than or equal to 4 means what? What all values we can take? P of x is equal to 4 is there, then plus p of x is equal to 5 is there, then plus p of x is equal to 6 is there. Can we take p of x is equal to 7? No. Why not? Because only 6 people are there in total. That is the reason we can't take more than that. Now people, looking at it, it is a question based on binomial distribution or Poisson distribution or normal distribution. It is a question based on binomial distribution. Why? The p values is not very small. It is 0.2. It is a still valid number. If it is like 0.012 and all, we can go for Poisson. Here it is binomial only, and the n value is also 6. Very good number to go about it. Now looking at that, what is the general form? NCX p raised to x q raised to n minus x is the general form. So here total how many people? N is equal to how much? 6. So NCX will be first one 6c4 into p raised to, p is how much? 0.2 raised to 4. Q is how much? 0.8 raised to 6 minus 4 is how much? 2 plus 6c5 into 0.2 raised to 5 into 0.8 raised to 6 minus 5 is how much now? 1 plus the last one is 6c6 into 0.2 raised to how much? The 6. Then q raised to, it will become n minus 6 minus 6 will become 0. So you can ignore and write 1 itself. Now people, 6c4 is nothing but what? 6c4 is nothing but 6c2. 6c2 can be written as 6 into 5 divided by 2, which is equal to how much? 15. So 15 into 0.2 raised to 4 into 0.8 square plus 6c5 is nothing but what? 6c1. 6c1 is now 6c1 is nothing but 6 itself into 0.2 raised to 5 into 0.8 plus 6c6 is 1. So 1 into 0.2 the whole power 6, or you can write it as 0.2 the whole power 6. Now how are you going to solve it? Take your calculator, use memory calculation and solve it for me. How are we going to do it? First find 0.2 the whole raised to 4. 0.2 the whole raised to 4 can be written as, clear the memory first, 0.2 into equal to how many times? 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then multiply it with 0.8. Again multiply it with 0.8. Multiply it with 15. Then click m plus. Okay. Then second term. 0.2 the whole raised to 6. Sorry, 0.2 the whole raised to 5. 0.2 into equal to how many times? 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then multiply it with how much? 0.8. Multiply it with 6. Then again click what? M plus. Then the last one is 0.2 the whole raised to 6. That means how many times you should click? Equal to 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then click M plus. Finally click MRC. How much you are getting? The 0.01696. Looking at that, option B is your answer. Some people will make a mistake of going for option A. Don't do that, and don't be that person who is going to make a mistake inside the exam hall. After doing everything, don't make such silly mistakes that will hurt anyone. Don't do that. Okay. So people, another question. Between 9 AM and 10 AM, average number of phone calls per minute in a company is 4. That means M value is equal to how much? 4. Average is how much? 4. Variance is how much? 4. Then find the probability. Why did I say variance is equal to 4? Because it is uniparametric. M is equal to variance. M is equal to mean as well over there. So when will you upload PYQ of Mathematics of Finance? We are one by one we are doing the. Along with that we will go about that also. Yes. After each chapter is done. Yes, solving each chapter, right? When the max part we are doing, we will go for that. Okay. Now, find the probability during one particular minute there will either 2 phone calls or no phone calls. That means P of X is equal to 2 or means plus, or P of X is equal to what? 0. Now people, what is the formula? Poisson distribution only. How did you know that? First of all, phone calls per minute is coming under Poisson distribution. Then second of all, we require to know one more thing. What is that one more thing we are going to look at here? Here it is given e raised to minus 4. From that itself we can find the value of M itself, right? So e raised to minus M. What is the general form? E raised to minus M. M raised to X divided by X factorial. So here how will you write? E raised to minus 4 into M is how much? 4 square divided by 2 factorial. Correct? Yes, that is nothing but 2 plus E raised to minus M into M raised to 0, that is 4 raised to 0 is how much? 1 divided by 0 factorial is how much? 1. So E raised to minus 4 you should take common. So 4 square is how much? 16. 16 divided by 2 is how much? 8. 8 plus 1, which is E raised to minus 4 into 9. E raised to minus 4 is given in the question. Take your calculator and do that for me. At what time the lecture is going to complete, sir? One by one we are doing. We require, I think, half an hour more. That's so E raised to minus 4 is how much? 0.018346 multiplied with how much? 9. So which is equal to 0.1651. Looking at that, option B is your answer. Okay. Yes. Next one. Good question. Every time in PYP, MTP, RTP and all, this question is repeated. In a standard normal distribution, the value of mean mu and standard deviation sigma is how much? So in a standard normal distribution, mu is equal to 0. That is correct. That means option C and D are wrong. And standard deviation is equal to what? 1. Looking at that, option B is your answer. Standard normal distribution. Keyword. Yes. If the mean and variance of a random variable which follows binomial distribution are 7 and 6 respectively, very easy. Mean means what? NP is equal to 7. Then NPQ is equal to how much? 6. They are asking for probability of success. That means P is the question mark over here. People, put this NP over here. That means 7 into Q is equal to 6. Q is equal to how much now? 6 by 7. From that, P is equal to how much now? 1 minus Q, that is 1 minus 6 by 7. That is nothing but 7 minus 6 is how much now? 1 by 7. Option C is your answer. I hope that you got it. Next question down. If 6 coins are tossed simultaneously, the probability of getting exactly 2 heads. How many heads down? Exactly 2 heads we should get. That means you tell me how many times you are tossing it. Very direct question. N is equal to 6. So what is the probability of getting a head in a single trial now? 1 by 2. What is the probability of not getting a tail? That means failure is how much now? 1 minus P. That is 1 minus 1 by 2. That is also 1 by 2. Then we need to find P of X is equal to 2. That means what is the formula? NCX, P raised to X, Q raised to N minus X. That is 6C 2. Then P raised to, that is 1 by 2, the whole power, how much the whole power, or I can write it as 0.5, the whole power 2 into 0.5, the whole power how much? 0.5, the whole power 4, which is equal to, this is nothing but 0.5, correct? 1 by 2 is how much? 0.5. Now, people, this is nothing but 62 is how much? 62 is 6 into 5 divided by 2 factorial, that is 6 into 5 by 2, that is 15 into 0.5. The whole power 6. Take your calculator and get me the answer. 0.5 into equal to how many times? 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Multiplied with what? 15. How much you are getting? The 0.2343. You are getting option A is your answer. Yes. So why all of you, oh guys, wearing black color t-shirt? Actually, it's our ArivuPro t-shirt. That's the thing. Yes. So can you send the PDF in the group? It will be shared in the, once the class is done, it will be updated along in the description. It will be there. You can download it from there. Okay. Fine. So if x and y are two independent normal variates with mean, this question was there in the MTP of Jan 26 recent MTP. It was there, and it is a repeated previous year question. If x and y are two independent normal variates with mean and standard deviation mu1, mu2 and sigma 1, sigma 2 respectively for x plus y, which follows normal distribution, mean and standard deviation. In the Jan 26 they gave the value. Okay, now mean is how much? It will get added. Mu1 plus mu2 will be the mean, correct? Standard deviation is how much? So variance will get added, correct? Variance will be sigma 1 square plus sigma v2 square. So standard deviation will be what? The root of sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square. So answer is option A. Got it? Next. For a binomial distribution, mean and standard deviation are 10 and 3 respectively. Find the value of n. Very easy, right? Mean is how much? NP. NP is equal to 10. Then NPQ is equal to how much? 3. Put it over here. That means 10 into Q is equal to how much? 3. Q is equal to how much? 3 by 10. Q is equal to 3 by 10. Then P is equal to how much? P is nothing but 1 minus 3 by 10. That is how much? 1 minus 3 by 10, which is nothing but 7 divided by 10. So we have the value of 7, yes, 3 by 10 only, right? Standard, oh, 1 second, it is standard deviation given. Okay, fine, I made a mistake here. That means root of NPQ is given as 3. That means NPQ is equal to how much? 3 square, which is equal to 9, correct? Now you put this value over here. That means 10 into Q is equal to 9. From that you can write Q is equal to 9 by 10. Okay, Q is equal to 9 by 10. Then P is equal to how much? 1 minus 9 by 10, which is 1 by 10. So P value we got. So how will you find n value? N into 1 by 10 is equal to 10. So n is equal to cross multiply. 10 into 10 is how much? 100. Yes, option D is the answer. Thanks for the marathon. I got to know some concept which I didn't know, sir. Okay, great. Yes, good. Yes. Next one, June 24. We are almost going towards the end. Mean of Poisson distribution is 4. Probability of 2 successes is how much is the question? Okay, yes, what group? Group it is there, right? One link is there in the, it might be, if not, I'll mention it in the description. Okay, you can join that group. It is a free group, everyone can use. Yeah, notes and all will be shared there also. Mean of Poisson distribution is 4. Then probability of 2 successes is how much is the question? So that means P of x is equal to 2 is how much is the question. Mean means what? M is equal to 2. Correct? So we'll write e raised to minus m raised to x. X value is how much here? 2. Sorry, x value is, yeah, x value is also 2. M value is how much? That is also 2 divided by 2 factorial, which is equal to e raised to minus 2 into 2 square by 2 is how much? 2. So answer is 2 square by 2, yeah, something we made up. Probability of 2 successes. Oh. Mean is not 2, it is 4. So 4 square. Okay. 4 square is how much? 16 divided by 2, which is equal to 8 e raised to minus 2. That is nothing but 8 divided by e square. Option. Okay, not again. Minus 4. Okay, e raised to minus 4. So answer is how much now? 8 divided by e raised to 4. Yes, got it. Next one. For a normal distribution, the ratio of mean deviation and standard deviation. Very easy, what did I tell you? 2SD is equal to 2.5 MD is equal to how many QTs are there? 4 QTs are there, correct? Yes. From that, what are they asking? The ratio of mean deviation and standard deviation. That means you just need this much. So 2SD is equal to what? 2.5 MD. From that, MD divided by SD is equal to what? 2 by 2.5. Take your calculator. 2 by 2.5 is how much? 0.8. Option C is your answer. Next one. For a binomial distribution, variance is 0.2. Okay, variance is 0.2. That means NPQ is equal to 0.2. Then mean is 0.6. NP is equal to 0.6. The probability of getting 3 successes out of 5 trials, that means n is equal to 5, x we are taking it as 3. Correct? Now we require the value of p and q. So substitute over here. From this you substitute 0.6 over here. That means 0.6 into q is equal to 0.2. So q is equal to 0.2 divided by 6. That is not 0.2 divided by 0.6. That is nothing but 1 by 3. So q is 1 by 3 means p is equal to how much now? 1 minus 1 by 3, which is equal to 2 by 3. So we have p value, we have a q value. Now we can directly go for p of x is equal to what? 3 ncx. P raised to x, q raised to n minus x. That is the formula. N value is how much here? 5. C, how much is the x value? 3. P raised to p is how much? 2 by 3. The whole power, how much? 3. Q is how much? 1 by 3. The whole power square, which is equal to 5c3 is how much? That is nothing but 5c3 can always be written as 5c2. 5c2 is how much? 5 into 4 by 2, which is equal to 10. So 10 into 2 by 2 the whole cube is how much? 2 cube is how much? 8. 8 divided by 3 cube into 3 square, which is equal to 8 into 10 is 80 divided by 3 raised to 5. Option A is your answer. Very good question, very easy answer. A company produces 5 defective items. Yes, a company produces 5 defective items out of 300 items. The probability distribution follows a dash is the question. People, 5 and 300, that means 5 divided by 300 is how much? Like if you take probability, 5 divided by 300, which is equal to 0.016. That means the p value is approaching towards 0. That means it should go for Poisson distribution. Correct? 0.0166. That means it is approaching towards what does 0? N value is big also. That means Poisson distribution we should go over. Yes. Next one, September 2024 attempt, people. Now we have very less attempts to complete. Yes, the quartile deviation of a normal distribution with mean 10, standard deviation 4 is kitna? Very easy da. So what we need to find? The quartile deviation. So how to find quartile deviation here da? So standard deviation is already given. So SD value is how much da? 4. We know that 2SD is equal to 2.5 MD is equal to how many QTs are there? 4 QTs are there. Yes, how many QTs? 4 QTs. So, which means 2SD, what all do we require? We only require this. 2SD is equal to 4 QD. From that, QD is equal to 2SD divided by 4. 2 into 4 divided by 4 is how much now? That is 2, something we missed, some mistake we made up. Sorry, not 4 QTs. I wrote 3 QTs. Sorry for that. Yes, 3 QTs are there. So 2 by 3. So 2 into 4 divided by 3, which is 2.666666. Yes, I only told the shortcut and I only told the wrong one. Yeah, yes, you only tell everything wrong. Yeah, fine. Yes, fine. Yes, understood, right? Yes, 3 QTs. Only 3 QTs are there, not 4 QTs. If x and y are two independent normal variables, this exact question was there in the MDP. Okay, this was the question I was telling you about. MDP, the current MDP. Okay, x and y are two independent normal variables with mean 10 and standard deviation, mean 10 and 12, sorry, standard deviation 3 and 4 respectively. Mean will get added. 10 plus 12 is how much? That 22. Everywhere it is correct. Standard deviation, how will you take? The root of 3 square plus 4 square, which is equal to root of 9 plus 16 is how much? That 25, which is equal to 5. Kitna is the answer? Option C is the answer. Good. Next one. The number of accidents in a year attributed to taxi drivers in a locality follows Poisson distribution with an average of, okay, average is how much? That 2. That means M value is how much? 2. Then out of 500 taxi drivers of that area, what is the number of drivers at least 3 accidents in an year? Give E is equal to 2. Given E value is what? 2.718 or 2.72, whichever you are comfortable with, you can take that directly. So what is given in the question over here? Yeah, they are asking for probability of X value is greater than or equal to what? Greater than or equal to 3, correct? Yes, which is equal to, so whenever it is greater than or equal to 3, I can write it as 1 minus p of x is less than 3. So what all possible values are there? That is 1 minus of p of, what all values you will take? Can you take 3? No, we will not take 3 because it is less than 3. Equal to sign is not there. That means p of x is equal to 2 plus p of x is equal to what? 1 plus p of x is equal to what? 0. Yes, now substitute the values. So I told you the method already. You can take e raised to minus 2, m is 2, right? E raised to minus m common from everything. That is 1 minus e raised to minus 2 into. First one, m raised to 2. M raised to 2 is how much? 2 raised to 2 divided by 2 factorial, that is 2, plus 2 raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial, plus 2 raised to 0 divided by 0 factorial, that is 1. So which is equal to how much? Which is equal to 1 minus e raised to minus 2. That can be written as 1 divided by 2.718 square into 2 square by 2 is how much? That is nothing but 2 itself. 2 plus 2 plus 1, that is 5. So take your calculator, people. 5 divided by 2.718, again divided by 2.718, once again 2.718, then change the sign, then plus 1. How much is the answer you are getting? So you are getting that which is equal to how much you are getting? Yes, third QT, the 3 QD only. Yes, fine, that's the thing. Yeah, correct. Yes, so you are getting it as 0.323 something you are getting, right? Yes, so you got the probability value of how much? 0.32318 something you are getting. But what is the question? Out of 500 taxi drivers, what is the number of drivers? They are asking for number, they are not asking for probability. How will you find the number? So I will take you to the basics of probability, which everyone knows. Probability P of x is what? Number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Here total number of outcomes is how much? 500. Here number of favorable outcome is how much? Number of favorable outcome we need to find. So here probability value is there in your calculator, right? That means 0.32318, right? So how will you find n of a? N of a is nothing but multiply this with 500. You are getting it as 161.59, which is equal to 162. Option A is the answer. Did you understand the method? Did you get the logic of how to find the number of people? Yes. A similar question we will solve it in the nearby future. I think the number of students. Yeah, same question. Yeah, right after that it is there. Yes, in a class of 100 students, okay, n value is total value, total number of people is 100. The mean mark is 50. That means m. Okay, one second. Here mean mark is 50 means what? Here mu is equal to 50. Now, why didn't I write m? Because I'll tell you what. The standard deviation is 14.9. So sigma value is 14.9. So that means anyway it is not what? It is not based on our Poisson variate. Okay. Then assuming the distribution of box be normal. Yes, it is told that it is based on normal distribution. The number of students who obtained more than 70% of the marks is the question. More than 70%. So P of x greater than 70 is the question. So you will standardize it. So P of z greater than 70 minus mu is how much? 50 divided by 14.9, which is equal to how much? Take your calculator. 70 minus 50 divided by 14.9, which is equal to P of z greater than 1.34 something it is there. Even though without doing it we can directly go about it. Why? Because it is mentioned in the question. Look here, given that z is 1.372, so it is z greater than 1.372. so we need to find the area within that. So how will you find it? Which is, and the area is also given 0.4099. So easy answer, 0.5 minus 0.4099, which is equal to 0.5 minus 0.4099, which is equal to 0.090 what? 0.090. 0.01. So that is the probability value. Similarly, they are asking for what the number of students. How do you find the number of students? I told you, you need to multiply this 0.901 into the total number of students. How many are there? Multiply it with 100, that is 9.01. That means you can go for answer option B. 9 is your answer. Now again, the repeated question is coming back. If a random variable x follows Poisson distribution such that p of x is equal to 1 is equal to p of x is equal to 2. How are you going to solve this? P of, what is Poisson distribution, right? That means e raised to minus m raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial, that is 1, which is equal to e raised to minus m square divided by 2 factorial, which is how much? 2. E raised to minus m cancel. M and one of the m got cancelled. So m is equal to how much? 2. So mean is how much? 2. Option A is your answer. Right answer. Yes. Good. Rest of you, are you guys solving it? If not, please tell me if any doubt is there. So Jan 2025. So we are going for the last 3 attempts. Okay. Yes. Jan 2025. The first question. It was the first time they asked a question based on mode. Okay, mode is important. Based on binomial distribution, I'm telling you, mode is very important. It's a very confusing topic. So the chances of question is very high. What will be the mode of binomial distribution in which mean is 20 and standard deviation is root 10? So people, mean is how much? Mean is equal to 20, correct? That means NP is equal to 20. Then standard deviation is root 10 means what? Sigma is equal to root 10 or root of NPQ is equal to root 10. That means NPQ will be what? 10. Squaring both sides. Now what are they asking? The mode they are asking. What is the formula for finding mode? N plus 1 into P is the formula. So you need to find the value of N. We need to find the value of P. Then people, put this over here. That means 20 into Q is equal to 10. From that, Q is equal to what? 10 by 20, which is nothing but 1 by 2. Q is equal to 1 by 2. Then P is equal to how much? You tell me. P is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 1 by 2 itself. Now, how will you find the value of N? N is nothing but NP is equal to 20. So, from that, N into 1 by 2 is equal to 20. N is equal to cross multiply this 2, which is equal to 40. So, mode is equal to how much? Mode is equal to N plus 1, right? That is 41 into 40 plus 1 is 41 into 1 by 2, which is equal to 20.5. People, 20.5 is the answer. But can you mark option B? No, option B is not the answer. Option C is the answer. When we get N plus 1 into P as a decimal value, we will ignore we will ignore the decimal sign. We will only take the integer value over there. It is very important. So answer is what? 20. So what if the answer was like 1.35? Answer, then mode is what? 1. What if the answer was 1000.35? 1000.35? That means answer is 1000. Likewise, you should only take the integer part. What if the N plus 1 into P value is equal to 5? Then mode is 5? No, mode is 5 and the number previous to it. 5,4 is the mode. Likewise, the concept is there. Sir, while answering questions, should I skip LR and answer LR at the last? So, whichever topic you are comfortable with, start with that concept. Okay. So, whichever topic, for example, if you are very strong in mathematics of finance, start with mathematics of finance. If you are strong in index number, start with index number. That will automatically give a boost to you. So, whichever you are not comfortable with, keep it to the last. Don't waste your time in the beginning with that. Okay. It's up to you, completely up to you. Whichever question you want to take, it's completely up to you. So, how 0.5 in one half? One half of it is 0.5, right? So 0.5 plus this much will only give that much, right? That's why I took 0.5. So if I cut it into 2 parts, total probability is 1. If I cut it into one half, one of the half is having how much? 0.5. That's why. If x is a Poisson variable such that P of, again repeating, e raised to minus m into m raised to what? 1 divided by 1 e raised to minus m into m raised to 2 divided by what? 2. E raised to minus m cancel. M and one of the m got cancelled. M is equal to how much? M is equal to 2. That means variance is option B is your answer. Next question. Mean deviation of a normal distribution is approximately equal to dash of SD. We know that 2SD is equal to 2.5 MD is equal to how many QTs are there? 3 QTs. Okay, 3 QTs are there. So from this we can take normal distribution and sigma, right? No, so mean deviation and sigma, right? We can take this. So we already did this question. Everyone knows the answer also. So mean deviation is how much? The mean deviation is nothing but 2SD divided by 2.5, which is equal to 0.8 standard deviation. That is nothing but sigma. Okay, yes. Next question. If 3% of a ceramic cups manufactured in a company are defective, what is the probability that a sample of 100 cups taken from the production process contain exactly one defective cup? One defective cup exactly should be there. Now people, 3% of the ceramic are defective, right? 3% means what? 3% means how many are defective? 3 are defective. 3 by 100 is how much? 3 by 100 is 0.03, which is very less. So you should go for what? You should go for Poisson distribution. So based on Poisson distribution, P of x is equal to 1. That is e raised to minus m, m to m raised to x divided by x factorial. Instead of x, here it is 1. But people, what is the value of m over here? What is the value of m? M is 3 cups on an average, right? That means m value should be taken as what? 3. E raised to minus 3, 3 raised to 1 divided by 1 is the answer. Now take your calculator, which is equal to 3 divided by e raised to minus 3 will become e raised to 3. You know the value of e, right? That is 2.72. 3 divided by 2.72 the whole cube. Take your calculator and please go about it. So how will you calculate it? First type 3 divided by 2.72 divided by 2.72 divided by 2.72, or you can find the value other way, click divide equal to. So you are getting the answer as 0.459. Okay, nearest answer 0.15 is your answer. Now going for May 2025 attempt. Yes, Poisson probability distribution is approximately applied where? When are we using Poisson distribution? When n is approaching infinity, that means number of trials is very high, but the probability is approaching towards what? 0. Probability value is, probability of success is very less. So height of students in a university, no. Distribution of passing students in a university examination, tossing a coin 100 times, no. Number of death by a rare disease, people, there are millions of people in the world. Very less people die using because of rare diseases. So the probability is very minute and it is approaching towards 0. So answer is option D. Next one. What is the probability of making 3 corrected guesses, okay, in 5 true or false answer type question? Yes. How are we going to do it? How many are there? In how many total number of trials is how much? N is equal to kitna? N is equal to 5. Total number of which is equal to 5. You tell me, probability of answering one question correct or correct is how much? The probability of success is how much? 1 by 2. Probability of failure is how much? Q is equal to what? That is also 1 by 2. So P and Q value we got. Now we need to find what the probability of making 3 corrected guesses. So X value is how much? 3. So P of X is equal to 3 is equal to what? NC3. That is 5C3 into P raised to, that means 1 by 2 raised to, X value is how much here? 3 into 1 by 2 raised to, X value, N minus X value is how much? That is 5 minus 3, which is equal to 2, which is 5C3 is nothing but what? I am taking again and again. 5C3 is nothing but 5C2, which is equal to 5 into 4 divided by 2, which is equal to 10. So 10 into 1, I will write it as 1 by 2 is how much? 0.5. 0.5 the whole raised to 3 into 0.5 the whole square. That is 10 into 0.5 the whole power 5. Take your calculator, people. First find 0.5 the whole raised to 5. 0.5 into equal to how many times? 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then multiply it with 10. How much is the answer? 0.3125. Option A is the answer. Sir, I'm genuinely grateful to you. I use you're afraid of paper 3 always. Now I'm scoring more. Oh, great. Great. Good. Score more. In exam also you do good. Yes. I want a lot of students scoring like 70, 80 in QA so that this will become your scoring subject, which will give you the aggregate. Yes. So max question means once we are done with LR, we will go for max. Okay. So if 5% of the family in a large population city do not use gas as a fuel, what will be the probability of selecting 10 families in random sample of 100 families who do not use gas as a fuel is the question, people. Here e raised to minus 5 is given. Actually they are giving us a what hint. It is a question based on Poisson itself, and they are also giving us another hint. E raised to minus 5 means m value is how much? M is equal to 5. So mean and variance, which is equal to how much? The 5. Now the question is what they are asking for. P of x is equal to 10 they are asking. So you can do it, draw e raised to minus m raised to x divided by x factorial. Instead of x, what are we going to put? 10. Instead of m, what are we going to put? 5. So answer is e raised to minus 5, okay, into 5 raised to 10 divided by 10 factorial is how much? Do you remember the value of 10 factorial? No, I told you to remember till at least 8 factorial. 8 factorial is how much? 40,320 into 9 into 10. Now use calculator and get me the answer. First find 5 raised to 10 on calculator. Clear the memory. It's not required, but still, whenever you take the calculator, for some reason clear the memory so that you will always clear the memory. Okay. So 5 into equal to how many times? Now 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then divided by 40,320 divided by 9 divided by 10. Okay. Then what we need to multiply it with? We need to multiply it with 0.0067. Multiply it with 0.0067. How much is the answer? 0.018. You are getting option C is the answer. Understood now? Yes. 0.018. Are you getting the calculation method and all? Yes. If not, watch our calculation trick video. It will help you out. Another easy question, people. If the points of inflection, what are the points of inflection? The mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma. Mu minus sigma is how much here? 6. Mu plus sigma is how much here? 14. Then the standard deviation. They are asking for what? Sigma over here. Add both the values. Equation 1, equation 2. Adding both. 2 mu is equal to 20. Mu is equal to how much? 10. Substitute it in some one of the equation. From that, if you substitute over here, oh sorry, not there. Hey, it's not going. Yeah. Fine. Yes. 2 mu is equal to 20. So mu is equal to how much? 10. So substitute this value over here. That means 10 plus sigma is equal to 14. Sigma is equal to 14 minus 10, which is equal to 4. Option A is your answer. Next one, the last attempt we are going for, that is our September 2025 attempt. Mode of a binomial distribution with parameters n is how much? The 7 and p is how much? The 1 by 3. Everything is given. So people, what is the formula for finding? Formula for finding mode of n plus 1 into p. Here n is how much? 7. 7 plus 1 is how much? 8. 8 into 1 by 3. 8 into 1 by 3 is how much? Take your calculator. 8 divided by 3, which is equal to 2.666. What did I tell you? When there is a decimal part, ignore the decimal part and only take the integer part. So answer is what? 2. Option B is your answer. Next one. Yes, it's a good question. It is given that x has a normal distribution with mean 0. Okay, mean is 0. That means, and standard deviation 1. That means it is a standard normal distribution. Standard normal distribution. Good. Direct. Then what is given? Also given that p of x value in between what are minus 2 and plus 2 is how much? 0.95. Minus 2 and minus 1.5 is 0.045. Now we need to find the probability of x value in between 0 and 1.5. With this actually we can draw a graph and do it very fast. Okay, I'll just draw the standard normal graph right in front of you. Okay, you will understand it better with that. Understand that everything is symmetrical. We're not good at drawing. Yes, I last learned and started drawing in 12th standard. Then I stopped drawing. Okay, so I am very bad at it. Now, here the middle value is how much? 0. Then we have I'll write 1 over here, then we have 2 over here. Similarly, I'm writing randomly. So we have 1 over here, minus 1 over here. Now we have minus 2 over here. Now in between this, what is there now? Minus 1.5 is there. Similarly, over here we have, what is there? 1.5 is there. Now the question is, first one, they are telling the area between minus 2 and minus, this is minus 2, this is plus 2. So the area between minus 2 and plus 2 is what? That is 0.95. That is given. Then area between minus 2 and minus 1.5, this area, okay, that also I'll mark it. Yes, the area between this area is also given. That is how much? The point. This is how much? 0.045. So if that is 0.045, this should also be 0.045. Why? It is symmetrical throughout. Everywhere it will be like a mirror image. Then what else is there? So we need to find the area between 0 and 1.5. So we need to find this area. Okay, what area da? This area, whichever is marked with blue color. Okay, very easy to find the answer. Now people, we know that the entire area over here, entire area means from the minus 2 to 2 is how much da? That is 0.95. Then you tell me what is half of that? 0.95. I'll use another color. 0.95 divided by 2 is how much da? Take your calculator. 0.95 divided by 2, which is equal to 0.475. That means 1/2 from 0 to 2 and from 0 to minus 2, how much is there? 0.475 is there. So I'll use another color over here. Using this blue color, this entire area is 0.475. Now you tell me how to find the area between 0 and 1.5. It is very easy. So required area is equal to the color which is the highest one, that is blue, 0.475, minus the small area which is marked in red, that is 0.045. Take your calculator and do it. So 0.475 minus 0.045, which is equal to 0.43. Option, it's a good question. Option D is the answer. If you know the graph, you will be able to score it fast. Now, if an emergency room service room receives an average of 2 patients per hour, what is the probability that exactly 2 patients arrives in an hour? Exactly 2 patients. That means P of X is equal to 2 is the question, people. Then randomly some E values are given over here in order to confuse you. So what are you going to do? The average is how much here? 3. That means M value is how much? The M value is 3. M value is what? The 3. That means E raised to, what formula we are going to use? E raised to minus M, M raised to X divided by X factorial. Instead of M, we are going to put 3. Instead of M, we are going to put 3. Instead of X, we are going to put 2. So divided by 2 factorial is how much? 2. E raised to minus 3 is given in the question. Please write that in calculator, not in the paper. Into 3 square is 9 divided by 2. Take your calculator. Please do it for me. Yes, Tanuja, you were right. Typing something. What was it? 0.049 into 9 divided by 2. Itna is 0.222. Sorry, 0.22. Option A is your answer. Got it? Then the second last question, very easy question. If, so can you please explain the last question? Yes, I'll do that. After this, I'll explain. If a binomial distribution has n is equal to 20 and p is equal to 0.3, variance is how much? P is equal to 0.3, then q is equal to how much? 1 minus 0.3, which is equal to 0.7. Then they are asking for variance. What is the formula? NPQ. Very easy. N is equal to how much? 20 into q is equal to, sorry, p is equal to 0.3, q is equal to 0.7. Take your calculator. Please finish it off. 20 into 0.3 into 0.7. Kitna? 0.4, 4.2. 4.2. Option A. The last and final question, people. The number of tosses of a coin that are needed so that the probability of getting at least one head is 0.875 is how much is the question. So very easy question. It is a question based on binomial distribution. You can directly do it. Yes, right answer. Yes, many people got it also. So at least one is this much. That means probability of at least one can be written as what? The 1 minus probability of none. Probability of none is what? The x is equal to 0, right? Which is equal to 1 minus n. How much is the n value? We need to find nc0 into probability of success. So when I cause it coin, what is the probability of success of a head? 1 by 2, or I can write it as 0.5, correct? So 0.5 the whole power 0 into 0.5, failure will also be what? 0.5. 0.5 the whole power n minus 0 is how much? That is n itself. So people, if you ask me 1 minus, so this value is 0.875 is equal to 1 minus nc0 is how much? 1 into 0.5 the whole power n. So take this to the other side. So that means the 0.5 the whole raised to n is equal to 1 minus 0.875. 1 minus 0.875 is equal to how much? 0.125 people, which is equal to how much? Which is 0.125. Now we will option hit. Take the options one by one option. Looking at that, option B is the answer. Take option option hit. Take 0.5, type 0.5 on your calculator, click into, then equal to how many times? You need to click 2 times. 1, 2. That means you are getting 0.125. So option B is the answer. That's all people. So it is done. That's your chapter. So now we can go for the doubt clearing session or doubt clearing part. Once let me click this.